Yo, 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 what up, everybody? It's your girl, Rada Creator, coming back again with another one with this is part two of the um interview, the Prince family interview. So I wanted to give my opinion on this, and I wanted to after all is said and done, I want to just say anything that I forgot to say yesterday or that I might have thought of to say yesterday. So, all right. So, without further ado, let's get back into it. We're going to keep on going with this and see what y'all feel about it. Let's see. Get it back up. Get it back up. Okay. So, let's keep going.
Check that out. Let me ask y'all a question.
What up, JG?
What's the from the Prince family standpoint? What's the worst? What is the when you get into feelings? What's the worst feeling that y'all had that from what happened that night? Like what eats at y'all the most of what happened that night? Other than Takeoff here losing his life.
I don't. Let me just say this. I don't think I heard you say other than that, but that's at the top. You know what I mean? He lost his life. Other than that, the worst thing to me is this clown that came here. I wish he would never came with Quavo. I wish he would have never brought this nigga into Houston because he can't think. You know what I mean? This whole root of everything happening from his action. And to be frank, honest about the situation, I wish that bullet would have hit him instead of Takeoff because he was the one that deserved that. You know what I mean? Takeoff didn't deserve that. You know, so that's the worst thing that I could think of because if he don't make that move, then the night is everybody's still here and live to see another day. And you know what I mean? It's bubbly and lovey-dovey.
Right.
So, let me stop that for a second and say, I don't agree with what he just said. I believe that the night was already going left. Just like that girl, Sydney Leday, or whatever her name is, that the person that was his personal close friend that got shot in the head, but she did not get shot in the head. She got grazed in the head, but okay. I'm still going to give that to him. So, but yeah, just like she said, it was already about to be a whole situation, and that um, Quavo shut the party down. He got upset about something and he shut the party down. The party was about to be over with. That's what she said herself. She was supposed to say she didn't notice any discrepancies, but she ended up telling the truth and saying that Quavo was about to be out because he went off about something. And which I know what that something is. That something is Cameron Joshua. That was the reason why he went off. So let's keep going. Oh, and he keep on trying to put only the blame on Migo Bands, which is who they saying is Willie Bland. They keep trying to put the blame on Willie Bland or Migo Bands, but the thing is, all of this wouldn't have happened if y'all would have tamed that little dude in a yellow hoodie. Why did y'all have him there? He's a straggler. Why was he there at all? So let's keep going.
Right. You know, and I understand that, the Takeoff situation is the most important thing, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, other than that, from the Prince standpoint, it might be like that it ever even was possible that it could happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, real clearly. And as I said, man, the root, everybody, even the police department, want to get around the root of what really happened. Now, there's a law that goes on around the world where if me and you go rob a bank and, the police or somebody is shooting, trying to protect that bank, right? And hit some innocent person, who you think get that charge? The person that shot that innocent person or the root of the situation that was robbing that bank? The root. Okay. That's what we're dealing with right here. You know what I mean? This dude is the root of this shit. You know what I mean? And from what I done read in this police report, where he's, you know, killing on everything he can tell on Jazz, and you know what I mean, moving on to say he was trying to be robbed, and man, don't nobody who want to rob. Them little dudes. The last thing they would have done was violated and tried to rob Quavo. Me and Quavo done walked in the hood of Fifth Ward. Me, him, and Jazz by ourselves in the whole hood. And by the time we hit a few corners, we had 100 plus walking with us. You know what I mean? So he know firsthand. That's like a lie to justify that dumb shit that he done. And that's just the root of the shit, man. If I could change it, I would change it. If I was God, I would have reached and grabbed and stopped the bullet from hitting the loved one, because I love him that much. You know what I mean? But I was in the
Hold up, hold on. So he's talking about he would have stopped the bullet, grabbed the bullet, and stopped the bullet from hitting the loved one. He don't even know his name. That's why he said the loved one. Because this man is losing it. He's a little senile or something. And he don't even know who he's talking about. The last time he said his name, he said Offset. He didn't even realize he said that. But yeah, that's what he on. So now he's talking about the loved one. You couldn't stop him. You wouldn't even know his name to stop the bullet from hitting the loved one. So also he tried to say something about Willie Bland is building his own narrative. No, y'all building your own narrative. Y'all the ones trying to stir this story the way y'all want it to sound. And he keeps trying to make it like if it wasn't for Willie Bland, then none of this would have never happened. No, if it wasn't for Yellow Hoodie, none of this shit would have never happened. Let's keep going.
was in the bed sleep. Just to
In the
just
bed
elaborate
sleep.
on that, man.
Hold up. I had to stop it because he said he was in the bed asleep. But he was in the bed asleep when this happened. But I was watching these twins. I was talking about them the other day. These twins showed pictures. Now this is the best they could get was pictures of his rings or whatever that he had on or whatever his jewelry to show that he was there at the party. Now the funny thing was I was ready to combat these twins because I knew because 1031 is Jay Prince's birthday, the senior. Okay. 1031 is his birthday. Now I guess 11/1 or 1031 is also Jazz's birthday. I don't know which one. But anyway, 1031 is Senior's birthday. So he was there. I didn't know he was there. I knew he was somewhere for his birthday talking about this wine that he finances. And he was like, yeah, I do big boy shit or some shit. And he was like, something about this wine. And he was recording. So it was so quiet. I did not think that he was at the bowling alley. But then I thought about it. They probably got like some type of little VIP section where he could have just dipped off where it's nice and quiet at. That's for the rich people that don't feel like all that noise, and they can just bust it up there. So that's what I think happened. I don't know. I'm still in the middle about it, but look, I believe more than anything that he was there because he keeps telling us all these details that we don't even know about what happened. So I think he was there.
Um, I think, like I had spoke before and said, that the biggest thing is just me thinking about that whole night and that whole situation, to where, like you guys spoke on, why so many speak about the family, how one should have been controlled, why it happened, this and that and another. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're not God. You know what I'm saying? But we believe in him. We don't fear no man. You know what I'm saying? Because we follow him first and foremost. And personally, I asked myself, was it anything else that could have been done to manicure that situation? You know what I'm saying? Because we so used to molding and the respect. You know what I'm saying? To where we didn't have no doubt that it wasn't gonna be no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't move like that. No one in association or affiliation with us move with disrespect.
Except for Cameron Joshua, you lying motherfuckers. Except for Cameron Joshua. Like, stop it. Yo, another thing I want to bring up, when the whole situation was popping off and whatever happened, they keep trying to make it like, oh, Migo Benz just went up and hit somebody for no reason. No. something happened where okay, so somebody did apologize. I did hear that. Somebody did apologize. I don't know who that was. I couldn't tell you whose voice that was. But what I do not think it was Cameron Joshua though. But what I do know is that damn, I just forgot. Shit. Um somebody did apologize. Shit. Damn. Damn. I'm gonna come back to it when I remember.
You know what I'm saying, me? So we all family. You know what I'm saying, man?
Oh,
Just
shit. Look at the waterworks.
see the way, just to see the way that my family is being betrayed. You know what I'm saying? By someone that we care about and love also as brothers. That's the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to enlighten the world. Let them know y'all got it messed up. You know what I'm saying? Cause we messed up about this too.
Line ass. But anyway, what I forgot to say and what I was trying to say before. So when the person says something, when the person apologized, another person was in the background because it wasn't just that the person apologized. It was Mike Prince saying, "Oh, we wouldn't disrespect you. We they know who you are. They wouldn't disrespect you." So you was really taking up for them. But then I did hear somebody. I don't know if they apologized, but I know they said something like they ain't mean no disrespect or something like that. But then there's another person in the cut that I heard was saying, "Oh, and I just got out of jail too." Yo, you know who I think that was? I think that was Little Man, who they keep calling Little Man. I think that was Cameron Joshua talking about, "Oh, and I just got out of jail too." That means, "Oh, I'm just itching to get in some trouble. Oh, I'm just itching to run down on somebody." So that's what it sounded like to me. He wanted all the smoke. So stop trying to make it sound like everybody was so peaceful and bowing down. No, they was not bowing down. First of all, Quavo wouldn't have even been in that frame of mind if they wasn't disrespected.
You know what I'm saying, me? And all respect to Coco's family. You know what I'm saying? His loved ones. We love them and respect them too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 1 hour was stuck that night. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, bro say, behind this clown, man, we don't move like that. You know what I'm saying? Man, when we say move, we move. When one leg move that way, the other leg gonna move that way. We don't have no out of bounds clown shit going on in our family.
Yes, y'all do, because Cameron Joshua is something to their family. Like, it's not just Junior's best friend. This is Senior's godson slash nephew or whatever, because Senior and Joshua's dad are close, been close. He worked for Rap-A-Lot Records for 20 plus years. So that is your family, and that is some sucker shit that they did. And they keep trying to shift this blame and make it sound like, first of all, they keep trying to make it sound like Willie Blair started it all. But then when they say something about anybody who did something to it, they want to keep saying Pat. But we all seen that Cameron Joshua was the one who fired them last 2 rounds, the lethal shots, as the DA say. So let's keep going.
This nigga came down here and he was out of line. He stepped out of bounds, man, without permission. Quavo told me, after I told him, I said, nephew, stop talking about basketball, leave it alone. He said, Unc, you right. Let's go. Cause I don't want to do nothing one of these niggas before I do something one of these niggas. This
I don't like that he even put that narrative there, because Quay, like I said yesterday, Quay, the one thing that Quay said that everybody heard is, this ain't about no damn basketball. So stop trying to make it like it was about basketball. It wasn't about basketball. He was already being disrespected in the pool game. I mean, in the dice game. So stop it. In the billiards. That's why I said pool, because billiards pool game. But anyway, yeah, he was already being disrespected in the dice game. So stop it. Please stop it. Stop with the bullshit.
this dude took upon himself to go trying to violate people that didn't violate nobody. That was sitting there humble.
They was not sitting there humble. Like I said, one of these young boys was saying, "Ooh, and I just got out of jail too." Like you was waiting to lay somebody out or whatever the hell you was talking about. So that's smoke. That sound like smoke. If, let me tell you something. The people I used to be with in my younger years, shit, it would have been up by then. The minute that person said that, that is like a challenge to everything, to their manhood, to their whatever, and it's up. And it's gonna be whatever it's gonna be. It might be a rumble, it might be gunplay, but it's gonna be up.
Wasn't exchanging words, wasn't being disrespectful. He just decided he wanted to be a bully that night and prove something to someone. I don't know, probably because he's the biggest guy out there. I don't know what it was. But we started walking off. You know what I'm saying? Didn't nobody in the family violate nobody. A man is going to defend himself. So I can't tell a man not to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even see that coming. You know, as soon as he made his move.
You can't tell a man not to do that. See the thing that they not saying. They all talking about Cameron Joshua when they keep saying shit like that. Because he was the one defending himself. As they're trying to make it sound like. It's him that was hit. So if he got deuce piece, Aaron, let me straighten this out. He got deuce pieced. He did not get. They kept trying to say he hit him with the gun. He ain't hit him. Well, I don't know that for a fact. I'm not gonna say that he definitely didn't hit him with the gun, but that's not what I saw from his feet. From his feet, the way you fight. If you ever boxed or been taught boxing, took boxing lessons, the way he pivoted his feet, he hit that man with a deuce piece. The first one might not have connected because I only heard one punch connect, but that was a deuce piece that was thrown. When he pivoted that foot and fucked him up, and you heard that boom, and everybody say, "Oh, that was from," I can't remember which way he was turning, but that was from his good hand. So he deuce piece that man. I ain't hearing nothing about no gun. I heard somebody get punched.
Moving, struck an individual. I'm like, what you doing? But everything happened like that.
So that was him. Yo, I thought it was Junior. So when everything was going down, it was like he said to the two people that was trying to murder Takeoff. That's what it was. To the two people that was trying to murder Takeoff, he's like, "What is y'all doing?" That's what he said. So I guess that was to Pat and to Cam.
And I didn't see no gun in his hand. Because I would have spoke on it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see that to click us out to the fact that he's already standing there. So he already had his mind on something. It shouldn't have been.
I also want to say something that I also noticed from all the times we done seen these tapes and stuff. Now, it was where Patrick, whatever his name is, Pat, DJ Pat, he was all the way over across the room. He was shooting looks with this other guy that was near Takeoff. I don't know what the fuck that was about. I don't know if they was a part of the robbery plan, because I wouldn't be surprised. Because it looked like they were shooting looks to each other to communicate with their eyes, like they already had a plan or something that they talked about before all this shit took place, and they were shooting looks over, and the dude was close to Takeoff at the time, and they just doing this eye to eye thing, like they queuing each other for some shit. So I just wanted to take notice to that, and I wanted to tell y'all about that because I saw that. Now let's keep going.
You see what I'm saying? But it wasn't something that we could control. See,
Couldn't even say that out of his mouth.
But none of that because it wasn't one of ours.
He choked up.
You're not of us because you was of us. It wouldn't have never happened. You stepped out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? And
if they listen to that tape real good, they can hear the little homie. They can hear the little homie saying, "Man, if you took that wrong, I apologize." This is what the little homie was telling Quavo. "Man, I apologize if you took that wrong. I was just talking about basketball." You know, how humble can you be after apologizing like that?
And about no damn basketball, like Quavo said.
Hey man, you know, like I say, under no circumstances did Takeoff deserve what he got. But boy, look at here. That other clown, hey man, that's where it's at.
You keep people keep talking about, you know,
I'm just speaking on it because they keep attaching it to your name, your brand, and what y'all do. Keep talking about dice game. Whether it's in this situation, whether it's in this Duke the Jeweler situation, um, people keep speaking of that. And to Duke the Jeweler, rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. I don't know the brother, but I know he came down here. Yeah. Things transpired. I don't have no knowledge of it, but they keep talking about this dice game type shit. Yeah. Can y'all elaborate on dice game when it's tied to y'all?
I mean, I know people were associating me with that the situation because I went to Labuse pool party and he happened to be there and he happened to be standing on me. I mean, right next to me. The truth is, I never met him before. I had no idea who he is. I didn't even know he was a jeweler until after his passing.
Hold on. Let's go back a
And
little
then
bit.
next to me. The truth is, I never met him before. I had no idea who he is. I didn't even know he was a jeweler until after his passing. And then the night of that game isn't the night that he got killed. He got killed leaving Boosie concert the next night because somebody tried to rob him.
Now, should we say that he's sleeping on Houston right now? Should we say that? But one thing I'm gonna say is I don't believe that he did not know who he was. They were standing right next to each other, and Duke the jeweler's chain was glistening so bright next to his shit, it put his chain to shame. So I know he would have turned around, him loving jewelry the way he loved it, and say, "Who made you change? Who did that? Who made you change?" Then he would have said, "I did. This my shit." He's like, "Yeah." And then he probably would have gave him a card or some shit or gave him his number and they hooked up or something so that he can come and get him a chain. So get the fuck out of here, man. And then I'm gonna tell y'all about what I think about the whole Boosie thing a little later.
So, the internet play internet games. But this is a situation with a dude that I didn't even know. I ain't know his name. I had no knowledge of him. I ain't know he was from Chicago. I ain't know he was a jeweler until social media started trying to point a finger because he was standing next to me, and it's just unfortunate that something transpired after another dice game, but neither incidents had anything to do with a dice game.
Yeah, niggas gonna gamble, man. You know what I mean? It's all around the world, people gamble, people do different things, man, and that shit was happening before we were born. It's gonna be.
Oh, and they keep trying to say it wasn't about a dice game because they don't want to be clipped for illegal gambling. Okay, I'm gonna say that.
Be happening after we die. You know what I mean? But like, I know a little something concerning that situation too, and from what I understand, it wasn't even no robbery. The man had all his jewelry on. You know what I mean? So that's some Chicago business.
I don't believe that shit in the least. That man did not have all his jewelry on. Somebody, and he about to say some bullshit. Wait a minute, I'm about to let him finish saying it.
You know what I mean? And I hate for people to blame shit on my niggas here in Texas, H-Town, that they ain't even got no fingerprints on none of that. You know what I mean? But they quick try and blame it on us first, and then they'll take it everywhere else. But that shit ain't real.
So I wanted to say that when he tried to say that it was some Chicago shit, it ain't no Chicago shit. How could it be some Chicago shit when he all the way down in Houston? That is way far away from Chicago. How could it be some bullshit that got him killed from Chicago? Come on now, y'all sound crazy. Now, he also said something else. What did he fucking say? Um, that he hate when they blaming his dudes in Texas or whatever. That's exactly who it was. Who else would it be? You trying to say somebody came all the way Chicago to come from Chicago to follow him and go with Little Boosie and them and it. Now let me tell you, since he brought it up, let me get into what I think really happened. Okay, okay. When it comes to that Little Boosie thing, now one thing I caught on to is that Little Boosie lied when he was talking to Vlad, and he tried to say that he never that he never was gambling with Duke the jeweler or something like that. So I don't know why he lied, but he damn sure did lie. Now he could be lying to cover something up, or he could have just not heard the question. But what I think is one or two things that either could have happened because now he claims that he went to his car and then Duke went to walk back to his car. Number one, why didn't you see that that man got back to his car? So either that y'all did see that that man got back to his car and then he still got shot anyway. Now, how could that happen is if your man that you sent to go see after him was involved. It could have happened like that. Or y'all just left him blowing in the wind by himself and y'all done invited him all the way down here and then let him get took. I don't know. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think, but we gonna keep on going with the interview.
What is the meaning, the definition of mob ties? Movement of bosses together in elevated structure. And ain't that powerful? What is the meaning, the definition of mob ties? Movement of bosses together in elevated structure. And ain't that powerful? I never knew. No, I never heard it that way. Basically, our goal is, say that one more time. Movement of bosses together in elevated structure. Okay. Sometimes all this here, you know what I mean? All these related, all this here, these bosses. This all boss brands. That's Drake. Carl Crawford, 1501. That's Megan Boss. Mob Ties. Finesse, Honeycomb, and then the one and only. I love this shit. The one and only.
Everything is shits and giggles. And Takeoff is not here.
Only the motherfucker that broke the doors down. Oh, good. Absolutely, man. But it's I love that name, man, and I wanna talk about that for a minute because the enemy want to make belittle us to gain conversation and all that small shit, and that ain't what I put in him from a boy. You know what I mean? From a babe. I didn't put no all that weak shit in him. You know what I mean? He has an entrepreneurial mind. This is something that he dreamed. You know what I mean? He been dreaming. Blood, sweat, and tears went into his name, and it wasn't on no negative bullshit that they try to paint the portrait on. So now you know the move. You know the meaning. You know what I mean? A movement of bosses. You know what I mean? A movement of bosses. If you don't remember the rest, just remember a movement of bosses. And if you qualify, that's right.
He don't remember the rest.
Jazz. How Jazz not here to speak, but how do Jazz feel? Knowing they was coming down here for him. Yeah. Jazz, man, was heartbroken, man, because, Quavo them came down because Jazz was having a surprise Jazz Prince Day. The city of Houston was giving him his day. And Quavo and Jazz is, like tight. So he was coming down to support his brother and, be there for him on a moment like that. So you can only imagine, how he feel. And the other piece was, he even tried to get him to leave with him because he wasn't there when everything took place, but he was there earlier. And he asked Quavo to leave with him, but the homies wanted to stay and hang out, which was, a noble thing to do, not thinking all this shit. Niggas like to party, like to have fun.
Now, it sounded like to me that he was trying to blame Quavo because Quavo hung out. But second of all, when you hear this a little later, it's going to be something that exposed that I'm just going to let it play, and I'm going to say it when it happens.
So he decided to stay, but he was heartbroken by this shit, man. He was heartbroken all the way up until this day.
He was so heartbroken that he said on the thing, he gonna say, on the IG the day of on 11/1. He gonna say, I was so upset, or I was so, he might have said heartbroken, when they called me up and got me out of my bed and told me that Takeoff died or some shit. Dude, this was your party. You was there. Now all of a sudden you wasn't there. I'm not going for that shit. I'm not trying to hear that.
How do you it was a lengthy police report. Yeah. The guy that was mainly involved with this situation. How do you feel about things that were said in that police report?
And if Gilly would be so nice, just read some of this police report, just some of the things, so the people won't think I'm making up words. I think it'll be helpful.
All right, let me see. So, Willie Bland, who admitted to firing a weapon at the scene, he stated that he seen the two males he had identified as Joshua and Watkins throughout the evening, that he had seen them with guns.
Who is Watkins? That's what I want to know. That's what we got to find out. Who the fuck is Watkins? Because I don't know. I don't know. I got to think about it. I don't even know. I want to know who Watkins is, because he's playing a part. And he could have been the one that was apologizing. And then Lil Kim was like, and I just got out of jail too.
He believed that Joshua said something and began pulling the gun, so he reached and punched him. He thought that males were about to try and rob Quavo.
Now, we can just stop right there. And let me just explain that little piece how I feel about that bullshit. Now, clearly, this Bland dude and gave a police report that he seen these two guys with guns earlier. But these the same two guys that he decided he was going to punch with his gun out and hit them with a gun. What do you think going to happen? You know what I mean? You seen these niggas with guns and you going to hit them?
I'm going to say he about that life. I'm going to say that. That's what I did see on that thing, on that video. He Migo Bands was about that life. Yes, he did go up and punch him. And yes, he did go strutting through gunfire to come for Takeoff, so that, you know what I mean, he could protect them. Because this guy was scary. He hid behind Takeoff on some bitch shit, like he was scared of Migo Bands. That's Yellow Hoodie I'm talking about. And he hid behind Takeoff like he was scared of Migo Bands. But you want to go attack Takeoff by himself without no gun. But this man, you know, they got a gun. You got a gun. Y'all could have just gun fought it out, and you didn't want to do that because you're a punk.
These people, these same guys that he talking about, man, if any enemy.
And he keeps saying these same guys, this same guy, little man, and the same guys is his godson, his slash nephew.
It would have came their direction, they'd have had some problems. But as you can see, this clown saw that and decided, I'm gonna try them two guns with my one. And then he tell a blatant lie about they getting ready to rob Quavo. And Lord knows if anybody, any of them people would have tried to rob or touch Quavo, it was gonna be some real problems.
So you say, but I'm gonna say this. I believe that Quavo, from the beginning, I believe that Quavo was the target. Okay? Point blank, period. I believe that Quavo was the original target. They didn't even know Quavo was bringing Takeoff. So I don't know who was plotting on Quavo, but I believe that he was the original target. I also believe that them dice was loaded. And I also believe that Quavo did not know that the dice was loaded because he never touched the dice. Everybody else was rolling the fucking dice. So that's why he didn't know that. But I believe them dice was loaded.
So that's just not true.
You want me to finish for you?
Yeah, might as well. Let's let them know how This dude, here's what he doing, Gilly. This dude right here is running back in Atlanta, getting on the real niggas. So we have to get him $1 million worth of game. Let him know. Now this is what he's doing out here in Houston. Now if he running up under y'all, and you embrace him, that's on y'all. But I can't hide it from him. I want him to know. Yeah, I know y'all them kind of people. So let's let them know.
He believed it was probably Cameron Joshua shooting at him, so he began shooting at Cameron Joshua. Video showed that Joshua ran back inside the bowling alley, but there is no video evidence showing him firing a gun.
Now, just this little piece of
Are you sick of having?
Now, just this little piece of who he's saying. Just when he put my son name in the mouth.
From right here, a large black male with the victim's group later identified as Willie Bland is seen either striking or...
No. Let's go to Paul Wade, say who gave him a gun and all that kind of.
But Willie Bland further stated he initially obtained the gun that he discharged from Jazz Prince, who was hosting the group, including Willie Takeoff and Quavo, while they visited Houston. Willie stated that he had asked Jazz for a gun, and Jazz provided them with one that was in the truck.
Now listen at that. Now, Quavo, as I stated, is Jazz's brother.
Hold up. Now listen at that, would you? Just like Senior said, listen at that. So remember, they've been looking everywhere for this fucking murder weapon. They've been looking for this murder weapon. Well, they've been looking for both of the murder weapons. They keep talking about, Take was hit with a 45 and a 40 or some shit. What kind of weapon is that? What kind of weapon does Jazz own? What kind of weapon did Cam have in his? I bet you they ain't even got the weapon that he had. They just talking about him on camera. This is the type of corruption and ridiculousness that is going on in Houston.
So of course, Jazz don't mind making sure, the homie got some heat, because we understand that what goes on, right? But now you got this clown, I don't know how it ended up in his hand, but it ended up in his hand. This clown is saying somebody want to rob him that gave him a gun. Why would you give a man a gun and try to rob? You know what I mean? This shit just don't add up and make sense, man.
Now, right here, he said, why would you give a man a gun and try to rob him? To me, you just said that your son, Jazz, who was supposed to be home asleep and woken up later to find out about Takeoff's death, was at this place at the time of the murder. That's what you just said to me. See, a person like me, you can't run bullshit past me. And that's what I just heard. I'm going to play it back again, just in case.
Why would you give a man a gun and try to rob?
You hear that?
You know what I mean? This shit just don't add up and make sense, man. That's what I'm getting to.
Jazz gave him the gun
to realize
and
how
tried
big
to rob him. Let me find out.
This dude here is, and now he ratting all over the place, and ran back and bus shots and ran to the airport and ran his ass back immediately.
What about your red ass son?
Take off. As soon as he done that, he went straight to the airport and tore ass home. But I'm gonna leave you with all this paperwork. Look at it later on.
Well, leave me with the shit. Leave you with all that.
Y'all going to Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I love about $1 Million Worth of Game, because you know what I mean, we ain't about that fake shit, and we want to let it be known, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Let that shit. Definitely, when it comes to these rats, we can't protect them kind of individuals.
I'm gonna say this: I think we living in a time in the hip hop culture where it's though a lot of us, as we move around, we got to be more level minded.
Yeah.
We got to use security. We got to communicate with each other. I think we just got to be more respectful. of one another. And we got to be thankful for the opportunities that hip hop has provided us. Um, there's a lot of brothers out here on the ground that wish they had the opportunities. A lot of dudes are taking penitentiary chances every day to take care of their family, to take care of their kids. But then there's a lot of brothers that don't have to no more. And they out, they in a better situation. And I just want to say this to a lot of people, man. If you ain't a street nigga, don't wait till you get some rap money, give millions of dollars to become one. Because what's happening is, and this ain't got nothing to do with this situation right here, but what I'm seeing in the rap culture is that a lot of dudes was in the neighborhood, only thing they did was rap. They played sports, they rap. But soon as they got the millions and they got a bunch of dudes that's in the street that now gonna listen to them because they want to go for the ride, they want to get taken care of, they want to get broke off. Now they become this ultimate street nigga.
So I stopped it right there. If it's more left, I'm gonna play that tomorrow. It should be probably about maybe a little 20 minutes or less than that left. But I also wanted to add some things that I did not say yesterday. So, first of all, I want to talk about the rumors of Takeoff. The rumors of Offset and Quavo fighting backstage at the Grammys or whatever. First of all, that's brother shit. I'm gonna leave that alone. It ain't no proof that they really fist fought backstage. But what I will say is, salute to Cardi B for handling herself like a G, like a true G, and she checked the fuck out of both of them. She got with both of them, told them like, no, we ain't doing this shit. Both of y'all wrong. And so, and then when she came out of the dressing room or whatever it was, I wonder if that was what my dream was about. I ain't mean to just go off the track, but I just realized that. But when she came back out the dressing room, they was trying to ask her about that. Why was she screaming like that or whatever? She was like, I don't know what you're talking about. The only thing I'm screaming about is this nice outfit. Yes. I was like, go ahead, G. Go ahead, girl. So anyway, now our problem with trying to get men to settle their discrepancies is we never taught men how to deal with their emotions or process them properly. So when they never know how to process their emotions properly, it's going to turn into rage, and then they're going to crash out and do dumb shit that get them locked up and knocked off. Like, this is just a problem that I observe in our hoods, and we gotta do better. So now, I already said that about I don't believe he hit Nico Bands with the gun. Yeah, I already said it. Okay. So, Cameron should have a lot more charges than just 5 years pending for possession of a weapon. Because when you say possession of a weapon, that is like if you went and searched somebody's car and they had a gun in the car or some shit like that, and that's possession. It's not like you actually having a weapon. So anyway, he should have at least, and this is not even including what I believe that he is the one who took the lethal shot, but he should at least had possession. He should have had violation of probation by possessing a weapon. He should have had brandishing a weapon. He should have had uh intent to use. Like, he had that thing ready to fire. Like, he really did. He had his hand in the position that you about to throw it up and fire at somebody. But you can't find that he used the weapon. Are you fucking serious? So anyway, this is a miscarriage of justice in Houston. I just don't trust Houston. Don't go to Houston, y'all, because if you don't come back, ain't nobody gonna come trying to get no justice for you. Houston will sweep that shit right under the rug, just like they did with Duke the Jeweler, just like they don't trying to do with Takeoff right exactly now. So anyway, I want to go into detail. So yesterday I was talking about this and playing some of the interview, and a guy by the name of Bossman Blade, he was asking me, do I think that people were paid off? And I say, yes, I think everybody was paid off. I think the witnesses were paid off. Oh, hold on. Now, I feel like people were paid off from this family. I feel that Senior got Houston on lock. I feel like everybody involved in this case is being paid off. From the witnesses, hold up, everybody except the mayor, because he don't have no idea that all of his soldiers is crooked. Now, I feel like everybody is being paid off, from the witnesses to the DA to the HPD to the judge, allegedly. Everything I say is allegedly, but this is how I feel about it because this is what I'm seeing. Like, the judge was shocked that they brought this man into her courtroom and that it was no murder charges, because it was supposed to be some murder charges. Then the DA gets up there and says that what's his name? DJ Pat fired the lethal shot. So now we only arrest people if they fired the lethal shot? Since when? I've never heard of that shit until this time. Now we got whole new criminal rules. So the people that fired and maybe hit him in the finger, they don't face no criminal charges, because even though they shot him, they don't face no criminal charges. But only the person that fired a lethal shot. You don't even have the gun to prove that this man fired the lethal shot, but you trying to charge him with capital murder? Are you serious? Like, they just playing games with us. Like, I feel like they trying to get everybody off, or this is what is going to happen, because DJ Pat can prove that he's innocent because they don't have the murder weapon. So he's going to get off from that. If they don't have the murder weapon, he's going to get off. Same thing with um Cameron Joshua, because they lining it up to make it look like he didn't have nothing to do with it, when he's the person that's right in back of Takeoff, right to the side of Takeoff, running after Takeoff, getting in a scuffle with Takeoff, and then Takeoff fall to the ground from their scuffle, and it looked like something was put to the back of Takeoff head. Stop playing with me. Like, yo, they be trying to play with our intelligence. So anyway, I think I already said something about that right there. I got a problem with them having these stragglers and these haters around $28 million men. I said that yesterday, and I mean that. So, um, with the Duke the Jeweler thing, he was like he didn't even know him. He didn't know nothing about him. Well, the footage showed that they were standing next to each other. And I know he asked him who made that chain, and then he told him, I did. I make chains. But anyway, also in the footage that I seen on Duke's page, it showed that they was gambling. And Duke, this is the same place where Boosie was lying, talking about he wasn't gambling with him. This Boosie party. Are you serious? But anyway, when he said he wasn't gambling, he right over Duke back talking about some ooh, wow, ooh. So anyway, Duke, I think it was Duke, had broke somebody's pockets. I know he broke Junior pockets. Junior was looking sad over there with that little bit of money left in his hand. I believe it was Duke that broke his pockets. So anyway, anything else I need to say? Okay, so another thing I want to talk about is I feel like Jazz and Junior have complexes about not being street enough. So they do dumb shit like having guns on seats and like being cool with crash out dummies, people that go do dumb shit and crash out, and have them as your shooters, as your security, to try to appear like they're hard. Now, the biggest thing you need to be asking is, why did Jazz for the need to have that gun on that goddamn seat? That's what I want to know. So, but anyway, also a while back, in the beginning of the interview, so that would have been on yesterday's show, he said something about contamination. I just wanted to give y'all a little key on how my mind works. So when he said contamination, that automatically made me know that this man is OCD. Okay? And OCD people attempt to control uncontrollable things in their life. So what else would he be doing? Trying to control the narrative, trying to control the uncontrollable in his life. Well, actually, it might be working for him because he got everybody paid off, so he probably can control it. As long as as long as I don't know. I don't even know. I feel like he got a lot of people paid off. So he probably can't control it. But I'm praying that somebody serve this man what is due to him. Because he keeps running around talking about everybody clowns and cowards and snitches. But if you listen to Suge Knight, he'll say the same thing about Jay Prince. He will say the same thing that he's saying about Willie Bland about Jay Prince. He said, how Suge Knight said, how did all three of us go and have a meeting about owning a distribution company, but only two of us end up paying for it? Like Gotti lost everything he had to start from scratch. I'm in prison right now, and this is when they started the manhunt for me, trying to put me under, and he's still scot free. How is that? You tell me. I agree. I agree with Suge. I don't even agree with Suge much, but I agree with his ass there, for real. Cause how do that happen? How do that happen? But he the snitch, but Willie Bland the snitch? Come on now, sir. That's all I'm saying. Come on, sir. So that's all I gotta say for today. It was fun kicking it with y'all. Thank you for listening, for kicking it with me. I appreciate your time, your energy, and that's it for today. Love y'all. Peace.